Okay, so I guess Freddy's Dead's technically the final movie in the original Elm Street series, but this is technically, I guess this would be like the reboot, the last movie in the series, really, but it's Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which came out in 1994, and is a kind of a reboot of the franchise. It's kind of where Wes started his meta phase. This is 2 years before Scream came out. So this is where he really started like poking fun at the genre. Well, not poking fun at, but he was bringing like horror into this world, into our reality, and he was making it self-aware. What I mean, and so this follows Heather Langenkamp, the actress who played Nancy in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and she starts because the movies are very popular, and everyone idolizes Freddy and stuff. So she has a feeling, or she starts getting suspicious that Freddy from the movies is actually breaking into the real world, and which he does. So now she has to, stop him. And I know people say, "Oh, that sounds dumb," but it's a really good movie. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I guess over time it has garnered a cult following. I really enjoyed this movie. Ever since I first saw it, I really enjoyed it. Like, out of all the Freddy styles and looks from part two, the Freddy in this movie looks really scary to me. And this, like I said, part two and this Freddy, they're like the best looking Freddys in the whole franchise. I mean, I like the Freddy from the look from the first movie, but part two and from New Nightmare really stand out to me. He's like in New Nightmare, he's more demonic looking. He has sorry, his red and green sweater is not like white like in the other movies. They kind of has like a darker tone to it. He wears a trench coat in this one. He has the fedora. He looks just really demonic in this one. And his glove too, like his glove is kind of like it's not as harsh looking like in the other movies. It's more like clean cut and stylized. It's like it's silver and stuff like that. I can't describe it. It's like actually part of his hand. Like it's like there's like his veins and it's like sterling silver like claws. But yeah, here, yeah, that's what I'm trying to describe it. Like this, you see how his glove looks like that? And that's how he looks like his trench coat and the hat and stuff. Like I like the look of it. Him in this one. Um, there's a subplot going on in the movie where Nancy's boyfriend, because they live in California, and he's working on a horror movie set, and there's a dream sequence. She has a dream sequence at the beginning where I guess they're making a Freddy movie, and you see like an animatronic glove, and they're making a movie, and there's the animatronic glove, and they're trying to get it to work, but it keeps malfunctioning, and it comes to life, and it starts attacking everyone on the set and killing them. And then, she wakes up from it, and then she starts having suspicions, and she wakes up and there's an earthquake, and and I believe they said that this was filmed before like a major earthquake hit that year, like like a few weeks or something before that earthquake hit. So I was like, damn, that's like crazy. Like they kind of predicted that or something. But yeah, so she started getting suspicious. She starts seeing weird things. Her son is starting to act weird. Her son's played by Nico Hughes, which he played the little boy Gage in Pet Cemetery. But so she starts talking to Wes Craven and stuff. She's like, "Yeah, you probably think I'm crazy and stuff," and he's like, "No, I know what you mean." He's like, "I'm, like." He started like he's writing a script and stuff, and there's like Freddy's like possessed his body or something. It's like making him write crazy stuff. And like she talks to Robert Englund, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been experiencing the same thing." And then of course, it's one night, and Freddy comes back, and it's pretty cool how he comes back. Uh, she's reading her son a bedtime story, and then like he's afraid to go to sleep, and then she picks up a doll. I think it was a dinosaur doll, and it has like rips in it and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I think like her son's like the conduit to bring Freddy into this world. And you see like kind of like from the first movie, you see like a sheet rising up, and then Freddy comes out of it. And then there's a scene where like I guess when the earthquake happened, there's like a bunch of like cracks in the walls, like long cracks. It was like Freddy's glove like slashing up against the wall, and she's like, wonder what that is. And then Freddy pops out of a closet, and he goes like, "Miss me?" and starts attacking her, and they start fighting. Um, Now there's like one like really there's a scene too where like Nancy's husband is driving a truck, and he falls asleep, and then Freddy's like glove like pops out from underneath and grabs him in the crotch area. Then he kills him, makes him have a car accident. Uh, there's a there's a scene where they're at the funeral, and I don't know this scene. I don't know why, but there's something about caskets. I always have dreams about graves and caskets and stuff. And I had a dream kind of similar to this, but it's not exact like this. Well, there's a scene where they're at the funeral, and her son Nico, or not Nico, damn, what's her son name? Well, her son goes up to the casket, and Freddy pulls him in, and like you just see like the dead body, and he's like pulling Nico down into the grave, and it's just like an endless tunnel, and she's like trying to go in there and grab him and stuff. I don't know why, but that scene just like kind of creeped me out, because I had a dream kind of like that, but it wasn't exactly like that. Um, then there's like, you know, I like the end scene too, where she, defeats Freddy. They're like in like this kind of temple thing. There's like a bunch of waterfalls and stuff. It's like very gothic and ancient, kind of like something like the Aztecs would build. And like they fight Freddy in there, and I thought that was pretty cool looking. The scene too where she's like on that reality show, and they're interviewing her about the movies and how the movies are affecting her and stuff. And people are like, "We want to see Freddy," and they're like, "Freddy, Freddy," and like Robert Englund just as up as Freddy comes out on the stage, and she kind of just has like this epiphany, like, wow, these people are like obsessed with this character more than the victims. They're more obsessed with the killer than the victims in the movies. Um. Oh yeah, there's this one cool death scene. It's a kind of redo or a remake, kind of like a remake of Tina's death scene from the first movie. Nancy has a babysitter for her son, so they go to the hospital, and he's the only one that can see Freddy. I think him, and his mom is the only one that can see Freddy, and he's sitting there and he sees Freddy like up behind, or he sees Freddy crawling up on the ceiling and stuff. And, she's like, "What's wrong?" Because he's like just sitting there like paralyzed, just staring up at the ceiling. And she's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And Freddy goes, he goes like, "You want to, hey, I think his name's, what is it? I think his name's Danny." He goes like, "Hey, Danny, want to play skin the cat?" and he grabs the girl, drags her up on the ceiling, kills her just like Tina did in the first movie. And I was like, damn, like, I don't know, like, the kill scene, the remake of that scene, like, the death scene, that was, like, more vicious in this movie to me than in the first, I mean, the first one was, but damn, that shit was vicious, because he kills him right in front of a little kid, and he's, like, screaming and stuff, like, he don't know what the hell's going on. Like, that, that just shows how much of a sick bastard Freddy is. Uh, yeah, like, I really did enjoy this movie. Like if I had to rank the series, like I would put, for me part 3, then the original, part 2, New Nightmare, 4 and 5, and then 6. So I know a lot of people criticize it, like I said, because this is where it went meta and people didn't understand it because only 2 years later, Scream would come out, and then that would become a international success. So I think that's probably why the film's more appreciated now than it was when it first came out. But yeah, like I said, I like the look of Freddy in this movie. I liked how they brought Freddy into the real world, like it's set in our reality. So yeah, that's my review.